Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to Light Talks Football and welcome to another episode of Premier League predictions, game week number 16. So, boy, this weekend we've got two derbies. We've got the West London derby, but first of all, we got the big one, the Manchester derby at the Etihad Stadium. City versus United. Man City, one win in 10. Man United, just about one day European away game for the first time since March 2023. So this is going to be an interesting game. So the question is, will Man City continue to have this bad form, um, or will Ruben Amorim um, makes it three Premier League losses in a row because he lost against Arsenal, then he also lost against Nottingham Forest at home. So that's the first time that Forest have beaten Man United at home for 30 years. So yeah, things are not looking good for both Manchester clubs at the moment. So this game is going to be interesting on Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it. And we've got the West London derby where Chelsea versus face Brentford. Of course, Brentford um, have a good record at Stamford Bridge, 3 wins in a row. They've never won four. No team has ever won four in a row since Leeds United did it during the 1970s. So I'm just really hoping that we end that whole record because the only time that we beat Brentford was when when they came to the Premier League for the first time, um, which was 2 years ago, and we beat them 1-0. Ever since then, in the Premier League, it was I believe it was two draws and 3 wins for Brentford. So let me see. Yeah, 3 wins, and then two draws. Yeah, so I'm just hoping we can end that drought. So yeah, two derbies. The big one is Manchester Derby, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, let's get straight into it. But before that, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Make sure you share, comment, and also hit the bell notification as well. I do like to say, I do like to apologize for not doing any watch-alongs for the European games this week because I was so busy. I just came back from work that I had to do other stuff, like helping mom clean up the house because my younger brother was coming. So I was so busy this week. So I do apologize. But don't worry, this weekend I will be doing the derbies. I'll be doing the Manchester derby since that game kicks off at 4:30, and I'll be doing the Chelsea Brentford game since that game kicks off at 7 o'clock. So you guys don't miss that. Two watch-alongs in one day, and both of them are derbies. So looking forward to it. So yeah, make sure you hit the bell notification, like, share, comment, subscribe, and enough of the talking. Let's get straight into it. All right, so there is no 12 p.m. kickoff games because I believe the women are playing their games in the afternoon, so that's why there's no lunchtime kickoff. But the first game we do have is Arsenal versus Everton at the Emirates Stadium. Of course, Arsenal remain unbeaten at the Emirates. The only team to go to the Emirates and beat them this year was Aston Villa. So that's the only loss that they've had. So Arsenal, the only draws I believe was a oh yeah the only draw the only game that they drew at home I believe it was Brighton because they drew against Chelsea. I forgot the other games. Wait, how many games have Arsenal drawn? Oh, they've drawn five. Um, oh yeah, they drew against. Yeah, I believe the only game where they drew at home was against Brighton. That's the only draw I can remember. But I have a look. Oh yeah, they also drew Liverpool, but that's the only games. That's the only games. But Arsenal remain unbeaten at home this season. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, here is the stats for that game. So after one of four defeats, sorry guys, just trying to. There we go. All right. Yeah, sorry. After one of four defeats in 5 Premier League games against Everton between 2020 and 2023. Arsenal have now won each of the last three against the Toffees. Everton have won just one of their last 20 Premier League away games against Arsenal, picking up that 1-0 victory in April 2021. I remember I watched that game. Arsenal's 102 wins against Everton is the most any side has beaten another in English top flight history, while their 344 top flight goals against the Toffees is also the most. So you can tell by that stat that Arsenal love playing against Everton. They really do. This is the first Premier League meeting between Arsenal and Everton, kicking off at 3 p.m. on a Saturday since December 2011. A 1-0 win for the Gunners at the Emirates, courtesy of a Robin van Persie strike. And finally, Arsenal have won 81% of their home Premier League matches in 2024, winning 13, drawing 2, which was against Brighton, and Liverpool, and losing 1, like I said, against Aston Villa. Their best home win percentage in a year since winning 84% of their games in 2007, which is 16 out of 19. So yeah, Arsenal are really good at the Emirates Stadium. So Everton, I mean, um, let me see what Everton's last game was. I believe it was it was supposed to be against Liverpool, but that game got postponed. So their last game was against Wolves, and they beat them 4-0. But listen, Arsenal, I mean, they dropped points against Fulham. Had it not been for that offside goal from Martinelli, they could have won that game. But Arsenal need to bounce back. They really do. Because like I said, it's at the Emirates Stadium. They beat Monaco 3-0. They kept a clean sheet. So going into this game, I see Arsenal winning, and I see Arsenal keeping another clean sheet, and I see them battling Everton. So for this game later today, I'm gonna go for an Arsenal 4-0 win, because that's what Tottenham did. That's what Liverpool did, and I believe Arsenal will do the same. So Arsenal to win this game by 4-0. The goal scorers, um, I'm gonna go for Bukayo Saka. Um, I think Arsenal score from a set piece. So I'm gonna go for Lewis Saliba to score. I'm gonna go for Bukayo Saka to score a brace, and Kai Havertz to score as well. So those are gonna be the goal scorers. William Saliba, Saka brace, and Kai Havertz to score. So 4-0 to Arsenal is gonna be my prediction. I would love Everton to do something at the Emirates, but to me, not going to happen. Not going to happen. So yeah, so Arsenal to win this game by 4-0 is going to be my prediction. And if Arsenal keep dropping points and Liverpool win their game later against Fulham, Arsenal could be potentially either 9 or 7 points by Liverpool. So they've got to win this game. They really got to win this game. So yeah, because if you look at Everton, they're in 15th. So it would be great for Everton to win, so that their relegation fodder will not um, so that the pressure will not be on Sean Dyche, because we're only 5 points clear. But if Everton do lose, then Everton and Leicester City and Crystal Palace win their game, Everton will be in 17th. So listen, I feel like it's a must-win game for both teams, but especially for Arsenal. But if Everton do win, I'll be happy as a Chelsea fan, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, 4-0 4-0 to the Gunners is going to be my prediction for that game later today. Another game, 3 p.m. kickoff, is another big team, which is Liverpool versus Fulham. So, Liverpool have won 9 of the last 12 Premier League meetings with Fulham, drawing 2 and losing 1, with their only defeat in that 1-0 loss at Anfield in March 2021. I remember teams going to Anfield and winning, boy, it's crazy. Each of Fulham's last three Premier League wins against Liverpool have been a 1-0 scoreline, with the last 2 coming at Anfield, December 2011, May 2012, and March 2021. Liverpool have scored more than 2 goals in each of the last 7 Premier League games, last having a longer such run between September and December 2021, which is 11 in a row. The Reds have scored 76 goals in 33 games in 2024, the second best average goals per game in a year, 2.3 in the Premier League era, scoring at a rate of 2.38 goals per game in 2019, which they've done 88 in 37 games. Fulham have picked up 23 points in the last 15 Premier League matches this season, their second most at this stage of Premier League campaign, behind 2003-04 season when they had 25 points. And finally, since the start of last season, only Man City have won more points from losing positions than Liverpool in the Premier League, with the Reds losing just 5 of the last 27 matches when they have trailed. Meanwhile, of all ever present Premier League sides in the last 2 seasons, only Everton have picked up fewer points from losing positions than Fulham. So there you go. Of course, Liverpool didn't play their game, but now they do this weekend, and it's against Fulham. And I remember last season, I believe Liverpool were 4-3 up and won that game 4-3, and that was really entertaining. I believe it might be McAllister scoring that wicked goal, but that's a great game of football. Now, listen, of course, it's not going to be easy for both teams because, like I said, Fulham got a point against Arsenal when Arsenal dominated possession and all that stuff. It's not going to be easy for Liverpool, but this game is at Anfield. You know, Anfield is a difficult place to go to, because the atmosphere and all that stuff. So listen, if Liverpool drop points against Fulham like they did against Newcastle, and if Chelsea close the gap, maybe things could change. Maybe some Chelsea fans will start to believe, but it's still too early days. So, but Liverpool do have a game in hand, so that's the only thing. That's the only issue. So yes, but listen, Liverpool have to win this game because they dropped points against Newcastle away, and they can't afford to drop points against Fulham. So it's going to be a difficult game, but I see Liverpool winning this game. Um, my prediction, I'm going to go for. I think Fulham are going to score, so I'm going to go for a 3-1 Liverpool win. Yeah, that's going to be my prediction. 3-1 Liverpool win. It's at Anfield, difficult place. It's a difficult place for all teams to go to, but yeah, I think they will get the job done. I would love for them to at least get a point, and maybe the Arsenal and Man City fans will think the same, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, 3-1 Liverpool. Goal scores for Fulham. I'm going to go for Alex Iwobi. For Liverpool, I'm going to go for. I'm not sure if Luis Diaz is back, but if he is, then. But I know that Mo Salah is going to get a goal and assist on this game. I'm going to go for Luis Diaz to score and Cody Gakpo to score. So those are going to be the goal scorers. So yeah, I'm predicting Mo Salah to get a goal and an assist again, like he always does. And yeah, Liverpool to win this game by 3-1. So there you go. That's going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. I mean, later today, sorry. Why the next game is Newcastle United versus Leicester City. Now, this is an interesting one because Leicester City is doing really well under Ruud van Nistelrooy, because Leicester City right now are in 16th, but if they do win this game and other teams drop points, then Leicester City chances of staying up could come up a bit. They still, they still they still are in 16th as of right now. But if they beat Newcastle, then that relegation um, happening for Leicester City could be zero. But Ruud van Nistelrooy is doing a good job. They've got that win against West Ham, and they've managed to draw that game after being 2-0 down. So Ruud van Nistelrooy is getting something for Leicester City, so fair play to them. Fair play. But here's the stats for this one. Newcastle have won just one of the last 7 Premier League home games against Leicester, though both times they avoided defeat have come under Eddie Howe. Leicester have won 6 Premier League away games against Newcastle, more than have versus of any opponent. 5 of those fixtures have come in the last 7 visits to St James Park. Newcastle have lost just one of their last 21 Premier League meetings with promotive sides, or 1-0 down at Luton Town last season. Newcastle shifted more than 3 goals in each of their last 2 Premier League games, 3-3 versus Liverpool and 4-2 against Brentford. Last doing so 3 games in a row in December and January last season. The Magpies have done so in 10 occasions in 2024, only doing so more often in 2021 and 2014 in a single year. And finally, this is Leicester's this is Leicester manager Ruud van Nistelrooy's seventh game in charge of the Premier League side in all competitions this season, but the first time he managed an away game from home. That is true, actually. In playing in career, the Dutchman had played 5 games at St James Park and scored in every single game. Well, he's not a player, he's a manager. The joint best 100 scoring ratio by any player at the venue, along with Fox's striker Jamie Vardy at the Hawthorns. So there you go. So yeah, the reason why this game is going to be interesting is because many, I believe many people have Newcastle to win this game. But if you look at Newcastle's recent form, they're in 12th place. What was Newcastle's last game? Um, Let me just have a look. Newcastle's last game was against Brentford, yeah, and they've lost 4-2. So the reason why this game is interesting because I'm looking at Newcastle's recent stats. In their last 4 Premier League games, 2 losses and 2 draws, and they're in 12th place. So, so Leicester City, so Newcastle are below the mid-table, They're not playing in Europe, and now they're in 12th place. So I heard some Newcastle fans are already starting to question Eddie Howe, but it's still early days, man. It's still early days. Like the season isn't over yet. Newcastle, if they win today, they're not that far of European places. So they've still got to believe Eddie Howe. But for Leicester City, they're doing a good job. So for this game, I seen this be like a draw on this one. I see this be like a 2-2 because I don't think Leicester City is going to win at St James Park. But that stat says that Ruud van Nistelrooy lost coming to St James Park. So I was thinking of a 2-1, but I thought to myself, I feel like it's going to be a draw. I see this be like a 2-2, like a Desmond 2-2. I feel like for me, yeah, I feel like Newcastle will go 2-0 up, or maybe Newcastle score. Like it's going to be like a seesaw. I believe Newcastle score, then Leicester City, then Newcastle again, then Leicester City again. So it's going to be like an end-to-end game or something like that. So that's why I'm thinking like a 2-2 draw. So that's going to be my prediction, a Desmond 2-2. The goal scorers for this one, I'm going to go for Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon to score. For Leicester City, I'm going to go for Jamie Vardy and Wilfred Ndidi as well. So yeah, 2-2 draw. But if Leicester City do win, then Ruud van Nistelrooy's done a much better job than Steve Cooper, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Because like I said, it's interesting game because it's at St James Park. But I think Leicester City will get at least, I don't think Leicester City will leave that place with 0 points later today. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction, a 2-2 draw. All right, the next one is Wolves versus Aston Villa. Of course, Wolves lost their game, I believe it was against Brighton. No, they lost 2-1 against West Ham on a Monday night. Whereas for Ipswich Town, they've lost 2-1 against Bournemouth, which I did get it spot on. So, yeah, man, both teams... So both Wolves and Ipswich Town are in the relegation zone, and both teams are on the same points, but Ipswich Town are above them in terms of goal difference. So there you go. So this game, things could change, but if both teams draw this game, then they'll be the same. So there you go. Anyway, Wolves are unbeaten in the last 7 league games against Ipswich, keeping a clean sheet in their last 5. The last time they faced was in 2018 Championship, with Wolves winning both games by 1-0. This is the first ever Premier League meeting between Wolves and Ipswich. The Tractor Boys have won 6 of their last 7 top-flight games between the sides, most recently a 3-0 win in April 1984. Ipswich Town have won just 1 of their last 16 Premier League games, 16 away league games against Wolves, picking up a 2-0 victory in the Championship in December 2012. Wolves have shipped 34 home goals in 16 games in the Premier League in 2024, with Leeds in 2022, the last team to concede more, which is 35. The last time they've conceded more home league goals in a year was 2012, which is 47-23 games, which is the only other year in the history in which they conceded a rate of 2 more goals per game at Molineux. And finally, no side have dropped more points for winning positions in the Premier League this season than Ipswich Town, with only Brentford have lost more games when scoring first than the Tractor Boys, which is 3 times. So there you go. Listen, in terms of this one, like, Wolves need to win. Wolves need to win because Ipswich Town um, aren't in a good one. They've, Wolves have won 2 of the last 5 Premier League games, whereas for Ipswich Town they've only had 1 win in 5, and again that was against Tottenham away from home. And Wolves have won more games here than Ipswich Town, but Ipswich Town have lost, but Wolves have lost more games here than Ipswich Town. So you can see why both teams are in the same points. But for this one, I think Wolves need to win, and I believe they will win because Ipswich Town are good away from home. They really aren't. They've only had 1 win away from home. For Wolves, I believe those wins were at home. I believe once against Southampton, and the other one I've forgotten what it was. But yeah, I think. But yeah, if Wolves do win, then I feel like they will be above Ipswich Town, but they will still be in the relegation zone because Crystal Palace are playing their game, and if they, but so that's why the relegation zone for both teams will not change. Well, one team will be above the other, but we have to wait and see. But yeah, for this game later today, um, I'm gonna go for Wolves win. I'm gonna go Wolves to win this game. I think they might keep a clean sheet. I think they might do. So yeah, for this one, I'm gonna go for a Wolves win of 2-0. That's gonna be my prediction for that game later today. So yeah, Wolves to win this game by 2 goals to 0. I think they'll keep another clean sheet because Southampton were in the relegation zone and Wolves kept a clean sheet and beat them. So I believe that will be the same. So yeah, Wolves to win 2-0. Goal scorers, I'm gonna go for Cunha to score a brace on this one. So yeah, 2-0 to Wolves is gonna be my prediction for that game later today. Then finally, on a Saturday night, we have got the Midlands Derby. It is East versus West. It's not the big one, but it is a derby because both teams are based in Midlands, but just in different positions. Forest in the East, Aston Villa in the West. So there you go. So yeah, man, Saturday night football. Looking forward to that one. So yeah, here is the stats for that game as well. So, Forest have won just one of the last 11 Premier League games against Aston Villa. There was a 2-0 victory in this exact fixture last season. Aston Villa are winners in the last 5 Premier League away games against Nottingham Forest, though 4 of these have ended level. Their last such victory was in January 1995 under Brian Little, 2-1. This will be Nottingham Forest's 500th match in the top 4 tiers of English football, the 12th side to win that milestone in English Football League history. Nottingham Forest have won 3 of the last 4 Premier League home games in the Premier League, as many of them has previous 17 beforehand, winning 3, drawing 4, and losing 10. They've also kept a clean sheet in the last 4, as many of them has in the previous 30 at the City Ground in the competition. And finally, as Villa have lost each of their last 3 away. Sorry, as Villa have lost each of their last 3 away league games, the longest such one since losing 4 in a row from May to August 2022. All 3 defeats have current spell by 2 more goals. The Phillies have lost more succession by a margin of the world in the league in September 1968, a second tier side, which is 5 times. So yeah, as Villa's last league away game was against Chelsea, where they've lost 3-1, which was 2 weeks ago. So there you go. And in terms of this one, yeah, I'm looking at Aston Villa because right now they are in 6th place, and they are 1 point behind Nottingham Forest. So I have to say this: if either Aston Villa or Nottingham Forest win, one of them will be above Man City. Of course, Man City do have a game tomorrow. But in terms of today, either Forest or Aston Villa will be above City because City are on 27 points. And both Forest and Villa on the same points, but Forest are above them on goal difference. So basically later today, it is 5th versus 6th. And if one team wins today, they'll be above City. But if both teams draw, then they'll be in the same position. But yeah, I'm glad that this game is on TV as well because, like I said, Midlands Derby, 5th against 6th, should be a good game. But yeah, Aston Villa away from home um, aren't very good. They aren't very good. They've won their last two, um, but both of those games were at home. Away from home, their last game was against Chelsea, like I said, which ended in a 3-0 defeat. So, in terms of this game, I feel like Forest are going to win. I feel like they are going to win because they went away to Man United and beat them 3-0. I mean, sorry, 3-2. So that was the big win for them. Their last home game was against Ipswich Town, and they've only beat them 1-0. So this is going to be an interesting one. Now, I feel like Forest are going to win this game. I feel like they will going to win this game, but I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet though. I really don't think so. So that's why for this game, later today, I feel like I'm going to go for Forest to win of yeah, I don't think Forest are going to keep a clean sheet unless defensively they do well. Yeah, I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet because um, they've already kept a clean sheet like a couple of times. So yeah, I'm going to go for Forest win of 2-1. That's going to be my prediction. I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest 2-1 win against Aston Villa. Aston Villa's goal scorer, Ollie Watkins, Nottingham Forest goal scorer, Elijah Adebayor, and Callum Hudson-Odoi to score as well. So yeah, 2-1 to Forest because Forest are really doing well this season. Do I think here they'll finish in the top four? No. But if Forest here can if Nuno Espirito de Santo can do well for Nottingham as a Nottingham Forest manager, then this is why leaving Spurs, is the right decision because he was the manager for Spurs, and in his first season he already got sacked. So imagine if Forest can finish perhaps like in the top six, then that'll be a massive achievement because I can't remember the last time when Nottingham Forest played the game in Europe before. Like it's a long, long time ago. So, but yeah, man, Forest are doing a really good job, and yeah, man, let's see what happens. But yeah, Forest are going to win this game by 2-1. Right, we have got another derby, and this one we call it as the M23 derby because that's spaced from South London to the South Coast. So if you want to get from Palace all the way down to Brighton, you take the M23. So that's why we call it. So that's why they call it the M23 Derby. So believe this game will be live on TV as well. So yeah, man, Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Now this was an interesting stat, and I'm going to tell you my prediction for that one in just a moment. Brighton have won their last two Premier League home games against Crystal Palace, last winning more consecutive home league games against the Eagles between 1979 and 1998. Crystal Palace are winners in the last 6 Premier League games against Brighton, the longest one without a victory against the Seagulls since the one of 10 between 1979 and 1986. Since the start of the season, only Brentford has both scored and conceded in Premier League matches than Brighton of Hove Albion, with the Seagulls doing so in 10 of the last 11 games, including their last 7. Palace are unbeaten in the last 3 away Premier League games, last enjoying a longer one between January and March 2022, which is 5. Palace are looking for consecutive away wins for the first time since April 2003, which was 2 seasons ago. And finally, after losing 4 of their final 5 whole Premier League games last season, Brighton are one of those 3 teams still unbeaten on home soil in the competition this season, along with Arsenal and Brentford. So there you go. So listen, that fifth stat when they said Brighton remain unbeaten, and that also like Crystal Palace unbeaten in the last three Premier League games. This tells you, yeah, that this is going to be a draw. This is a draw written all over it because when these two clubs face each other, most of the games have ended in a draw, whether it's 2-2 or 1-1. So yeah, for this game, on Sunday, I'm gonna go for draw. I'm gonna go for draw because Brighton unbeaten at home this season, and Palace unbeaten the last three Premier League away games. So this game is gonna end the draw for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1. Goal scorers, I'm gonna go for Danny Welbeck to score for Brighton, and I'm gonna go for a Crystal Palace goal scorer. I'm gonna go for Mateta to score as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw in that game tomorrow. So there we go. Then we have got the big one, the Manchester Derby, based in the city of Manchester. City versus United. Looking forward to this one. So here's the stats for that game. Man City have won 5 of the last 6 Premier League games against Manchester United, and they've only lost was 2-1 in Ten Hag's first season, by the way. More they had in the previous 13. Manchester United have lost each of their last 3 Premier League away games against Man City, conceding 13 goals in the process. The last 4 consecutive league faces to the citizens between 1952 and 1955. So 70 years ago that since that happened. Like if Manchester United lose, then their club is breaking more and more bad records. So there you go. Man United have lost 20 Premier League games against Man City. Only against Arsenal have they lost more in the competition. Excuse me. Man City have conceded at least twice in 7 of the last 11 Premier League games, as many times as they had in their previous 62 in the competition. And finally, Man United have lost both of their last 2 Premier League games, last losing 3 in a row with a single season December 2015 under Van Gaal. New manager Ruben Amorim is yet to lose 3 on the bounce in his top-flight managerial career, with this his 172nd such matches across Portugal's Liga and English Premier League. So yeah, if Ruben Amorim loses tomorrow, then this will be the first time. And the big question is, will Manchester United, like Robbie's right, could Ruben, could Man United ruin Ruben Amorim's managerial career? That's going to be the big question. So there you go. I mean, listen, this game is at the Etihad, so you think Man City are going to win this game, but I'm not quite sure, you know. I'm really not quite sure because Man City only 1 win in 10 in all competitions, and their only win was against Forest. Like, honestly, like that, like Manchester United, like have won away or from home, but Man City they didn't. So I don't know what to say about this one, but it's either this could be a draw or potential. Like if this game was at what do you call it, Old Trafford, and maybe I would have gone for Man United to win, but this game is at the Etihad, so I mean I feel like Man City to win, but I'll not be surprised if Man United beat Man City because Ruben Amorim faced Pep Guardiola and destroyed them 4-1, you know, but that was at their place, you know, Sporting Lisbon's stadium. So yeah, but this game is at the Etihad, so I think Manchester City will win this game. I think they will do. But Man United right now, they are in 13th and they cannot afford to lose because if Man United lose and West Ham win their game on a Monday, Man United will be in 14th. 14th and the likes of Everton and if Everton, Leicester City and Palace win their game, they'll be close to Man United. So Man United need to win this game. They really need to. And if they do, they'll go from 13th to 11th. They'll finish above both Tottenham and Newcastle if they don't win their game. So there you go. So for this game, I feel like I feel like Man City will probably win it because it's at the Etihad Stadium, but um, we'll have to wait and see. I think both teams will not keep a clean sheet, but I see Man City win this game. So for this game on Sunday, I'm gonna go for Man City win of. I'm gonna go for 2-1. I don't think Man City will score 3 goals the way that Forest did. But yeah, I feel like they will win just about. It's just gonna be a close game instead of like a big one because, like I said, Man City ever since Pep Guardiola signed his contract, only one win in 10 in all competitions. So I don't know what's going on with City, but they need to get something done. They really need to. So I'm just gonna go for 2-1 to be honest with you. That's gonna be my honest prediction. But like I said, I would not be surprised if Man United beat Man City since Ruben Amorim beat a Pep and Man City aren't in a good one at the moment. But yeah, as of right now, I'm gonna go to our Man City goal scorers, Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland to score. Man United goal scorer probably Rashford's Hoyland. So yeah, 2-1 City. I feel like they'll just beat them a little bit. So there you go, 2-1 to City. They have to win City if they want to still be in this title race conversation. But yeah, the next game is a West London derby. Maybe a proper one, but not as big, but it's a West London derby where Chelsea face Brentford. Now, I'm going to save this one for when I'm doing the preview later on today, so make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, listen, man. Um, the weird thing is that Brentford is. Wait, yeah, yeah, that Brentford is Chelsea's bogey team because Brentford have won 3 of their last visits at Stamford Bridge in a row. You know, that is just crazy. But listen, this time there is no Pochettino. We're in second place. We're doing a really good job. So for me, yeah, I'm hoping that Maresca finds a way, yeah, to beat a low block. Because when we faced Palace, especially in the second half, we couldn't do it. When we faced Forest, we couldn't win. We had chances, but we couldn't win. So Brentford are, um, are a low block team. If this game was at the Gita Community Stadium, then I'll be nervous and not have confidence as well. But like I said, Brentford are good at home, but away from home, they are rubbish. Their last away game, um, I believe it was I believe they lost 3-1, but I've forgotten who that one was. But what was Brentford's last away game? Yeah, they've lost 3-1 against Villa. So there you go. But yeah, man, you can if you're doing the betting, you can bet both teams to score because I don't think Chelsea can be clean sheet with the likes of Robert Sanchez and Wingo and Badiashile starting. But I'm confident, but not too much. But I'm really hoping that we can end that Brentford curse coming into Stamford Bridge. So there you go. So yeah, in terms of this game, I'm gonna go for a Chelsea win of 3-1 because we tend to score 3 or more goals consecutively in the league. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 to Chelsea. Hopefully we can. Hopefully they won't let me down tomorrow. So yeah, Brentford's only goal scorer in Bremo because he's on a good run of form. Chelsea's goal scorers. I'm gonna go for Palmer to score, Jadon Sanchez to score, and Nicholas Jackson to score. So basically Chelsea's attacking three. So yeah, actually no. I'll change my mind. I'm gonna go for um I'm gonna go for Palmer to score, Enzo to score, and Nicholas Jackson to score. So yeah, because Enzo is in a good one of form. So yeah, I'm gonna predict him to either score or get an assist. So yeah, 3-1 to Chelsea. Hopefully we can win on Sunday and end that poor winless form against Brentford. So there you go. 3-1 to Chelsea is going to be my prediction for that game on a Sunday. And then another Sunday at 7 p.m. is on the South Coast where Tottenham face Brentford. Where Southampton face Tottenham Hotspur. So here's the stats for that game as well. Southampton. And by the way, I'm not quite sure why Southampton Tottenham game is not on TV because that's not a derby. Chelsea versus Brentford is a derby, so I don't get why you can where you can have the Midlands Derby later today, the M23 Derby, the Manchester Derby, but they allow Southampton and Tottenham to game to be live on TV. That's not a derby, so I don't get that. But anyway, Southampton lost just one of the last six home games against Tottenham, going 5-2 in September 2020. And I remember I watched that game, so 4 years ago that since happened. Tottenham have failed to score in one of the last 22 Premier League meetings with Southampton, a 1-0 loss in January 2020. Southampton have scored each of the last 3 Premier League games against Tottenham, the longest scoring streak against an opponent in the competition's history. Tottenham are unbeaten in the last 30 Premier League games against sides starting the day bottom of the table, since a 1-0 loss at West Brom in May 2018. Spurs have scored 42 goals in this one, netted at least 3 times in each of their last 8. And finally, Southampton have won just one of their last 20 Premier League games with a 1-0 win over Everton in November. Their only clean sheet in the last 27 in the competition. So there you go. But listen, Tottenham, they need to win. They need to win because Southampton are dead. And they are absolutely dead. You know, I'm big up to Deji, man, because I've spoken to him yesterday and when he did the calling show, you know, and I'm looking at Spurs's results. Since the international break, Spurs have only just won one of their last 6 in all competition. And that win was away against Manchester City when they beat them 4-0. You know, they faced Roma, they drew 2-2. They faced Tottenham, they drew 1-1. You know, so Tottenham's last 6 games have been 1 win, 3 draws, and wait, 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 6. So yeah, 1 win, 3 draws, and 2 defeats. You know, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I feel like the last time Tottenham went like winning form in was in September because because Tottenham had beat Brentford in September after that loss against Arsenal. They beat Coventry, they beat Brentford, they beat Carabag, and they also beat Manchester United. So 4 wins in all competitions was in September. Ever since then, they haven't achieved any of that. And like I said to Deji, and Tottenham are a weak club. Like Spurs turn up in big games. When it comes to teams that are in the relegation zone or teams they're supposed to beat, they don't do well. They really don't. So that's why, to me, I asked Deji, and he, is not deluded, because he said to me that if Tottenham lose next week against Manchester Piccadilly, as he likes to call Man United, then for me, it actually needs to go, but he wanted him gone, before that game. So, but big up to Deji, man, because I know he's pain. I really do know he's pain. But listen, Spurs fans, you just got to accept, that you're not a big club, and you're lucky, that they're part of the top 6 as well. You're very lucky, because I don't know why you're in this conversation. In my lifetime, as a 24-year-old man, you've only won 1 major trophy, in my lifetime. And that 1 major trophy was the Carabao Cup in 2008. I was 7 years old that time. 7 years old. Now I'm 24. So if Tottenham don't win a trophy this season, it will be 17 years. 17 years since they last won a major trophy. So, Tottenham go away to Southampton. Then next Thursday, they go away to Man United in the Carabao Cup. So, listen, man. But Spurs need to focus on this game before they can focus on the big one. So, surely, Tottenham have to win this game. They have to, because Southampton are just really dead. They sit rock bottom. 5 points. Less than any other team in the Premier League this season. So, listen, if Tottenham don't win this game, boy, I don't see them finishing in Europe, because I predicted Tottenham. I believe I predicted them to finish like in 6th or something like that. But honestly, I got it completely wrong. So if Tottenham keep on having a poor one of form, then for me, I feel like Andrew will be sacked. I'm not sure by Christmas, but maybe next year, early next year or something like that. But Tottenham need to win this game, and I believe so. So this game, I'm gonna go for 3-1 Tottenham win. But like I said, if Tottenham don't win this game, I will not be surprised because they're not in a good one. The only time they've Tottenham had a good winless form was in September, 3 months ago. 3 months ago that happened. So for me, Tottenham need to win this game. They have to. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Tottenham win of 3-1. There is no way on earth here that 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 Tottenham drop another point. Either get a draw or lose, because they do that, then boy, then they're just a joke of a club. They really are. But yeah, because Chelsea went there and beat them 5-1, and it could have been more. Man United went there and won, 3-0. Liverpool, of course, they conceded 2 goals, but they've won as well. So this why for me, Tottenham need to win this game. They really need to, and I think they will do. So yeah, 3-1. Southampton's goal scorer, bit Dibbling. Tottenham goal scorer. I'm gonna go for Brennan Johnson to score, Solanke to score, and Son to score as well. So yeah, that is gonna be my prediction for that game tomorrow. So yeah, 3-1 to Tottenham is gonna be my prediction for that game on Sunday. Tottenham have to win this game, otherwise they're just an absolute joke. They really are. So there you go. So yeah, 3-1 Tottenham is gonna be my prediction for that one. Last and not least, West Ham, Monday night again, playing away against Bournemouth. So let's see what happens. But the stats of this one, having done a league double over them, Bournemouth are now winless in the last 6 Premier League meetings with West Ham. West Ham have only failed to score in the last 14 league meetings with Bournemouth, a 2-0 away defeat in January 2019, so close to 5 years ago. Bournemouth have won each of their last 3 Premier League games and will be looking to win £400 for the first time since December 2023. West Ham have won 9 of the last 10 Premier League games on a Monday, with only loss in this one coming at Arsenal Boxing Day in 2022. And finally, Bournemouth alone have won 4 of the last 5 Premier League home games, with victories coming against Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Southampton. However, the Vitality Stadium have seen just 16 goals this season, with only the City ground seeing fewer in the competition this term. So there you go. So this is going to be an interesting one because Bournemouth have won their last 3 Premier League games. For West Ham, they're unbeaten on a Monday night. So this is going to be interesting. But I feel like West Ham's last away game was a defeat, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm looking at so yeah, West Ham's their last away game was against Leicester City, where they lost 3-1. So going to Vitality Stadium ain't gonna be that easy, because Bournemouth, because Arsenal went there, they've lost. Tottenham went there, they've lost. Man City went there, they've lost. Southampton went there, they've lost. It's only Chelsea that went there and only won. So it's not going to be easy for West Ham, because away from home, they're just poor. They are just poor. But yeah, that 2-1 win against Wolves just slightly ease off the pressure for West Ham. Because if they didn't win that game, they'll be really close to the relegation zone. So that win gave them huge confidence. So, but for me, yeah. But listen, if Bournemouth win this game and other teams drop off, Bournemouth can go from 8th to 5th, and because of goal difference. So this is going to be an interesting one. It really would be. Like Bournemouth, 8th position. If they win on Monday and Forest Villa and Brighton drop points, they'll go from 8th to 5th. That could be interesting indeed. Like this season, a weird season. Like you see Forest in 5th, Bournemouth can potentially go 5th as well. Like it's been a crazy season. Like West Ham in 14th, Man United in 13th. It's just been weird. It really has been a weird season. But this is why we love the Premier League, because sometimes teams could surprise you, you know, it really could. But yeah, on the Monday night, if this game was at West Ham Stadium, then fine. But this game is at the Vitality Stadium. So for this game on Monday, I'm going to go for Bournemouth win. I'm going to go for Bournemouth win. So I don't think Bournemouth will ship in 3 goals, but I feel like they would just edge the 3 points for me. So yeah, for this game on a Monday night, I'm going to go, excuse me, all right. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win. I'm just about, because it's at Vitality Stadium. You know, teams like Brighton, when they've won, but teams like Tottenham, when they've lost, and it could have been more. So West Ham, they just need to find some way here to not play like Tottenham. You know, just try not playing from the back. Don't make silly mistakes. Otherwise, you will get punished. So, yeah, but I feel like Bournemouth are going to win this game 2-1. That's just my honest prediction, because West Ham away from home, I believe they've only had one win away from home, and that was against Palace. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion on that one. But yeah, 2-1 Bournemouth. Goal scores for Bournemouth. Not quite sure for West Ham. Jared Bowman, because away from home, he loves scoring. He doesn't do it all of the time, but sometimes he's every time West Ham play away, they win games. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win on that one on a Monday Night Football. I feel like West Ham's Monday night unbeaten run will come to an end on this Monday. So there you go. So yeah, 2-1 to Bournemouth. It's gonna be my prediction for that game. So there you go. All right, that is all my Premier predictions. Let me go through them one more time. Later games today. I've gone for 4-0 Arsenal win. I've gone for 3-1 Liverpool win. Those games I'm going to be watching, by the way. I've gone for 2-2 draw between Newcastle and Leicester City. I've gone for Wolves 2-0 win against Ipswich Town. I've gone for Forest to win the Midlands Derby against Aston Villa. Then tomorrow's games, I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Brighton and Palace for the M23 derby. Then another derby. For Manchester this time, I've gone for City just about win against Man United by 2 goals to 1. Then another derby, West London derby. I've gone for my team to win 3-1 Brentford. Hopefully they don't let me down. Then I've gone for 3-1 Tottenham win against Southampton in the South Coast. Then finally on the Monday Night Football, I've gone for a Bournemouth 2-1 win against West Ham United. So that is all my Premier predictions for game week for this weekend for game week number 16. All right, so do let me know in the comments down below would you agree or disagree of any of my Premier League predictions, and if you got your predictions, do write in the comments down below. And if you don't miss any of my videos or live streams, make sure you hit the like button, you know, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification as well, and also if you have time, share this video to all your friends and your family. Make sure they react to it as well in the comments down below. And yeah, make sure you comment below, you know, who do you think is going to win? Do you think that Man City are going to keep dropping points? Do you think the same goes for Tottenham? Do you believe that Brentford are still going to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge yet again? Just let me know in the comments down below, and if I have time, I will react to them as soon as I can. So there you go. But yeah, man, that is it for this video. Enjoy the rest of your games. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys again later for the preview for the West End derby between Chelsea and Brentford. So make sure you guys tune into that one. But yeah, man, have a great day. Look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And as always, up the Chelsea.